we should be live outside of the delay on the stream. Yeah, we are live, and I need to adjust this a little bit, hopefully. Let's see what it looks like now. This is as far back as I can get, unfortunately. Yeah, final day in Tokyo, coming to a close. Honestly, didn't do a whole lot. Um, Actually, I only went to Shibuya and Shinjuku. I didn't even get out to Ikebukuro this time for this trip, unfortunately. I was planning to possibly do that today, but I really didn't want to. There wasn't any events that I knew of that was going on, and I literally cannot buy like anything else because I'm out of room in my luggage. I bought so much, so many Dojin and H manga at Kamikit, and during like my first week here, I bought a lot of stuff. So this second week, I basically had to wait and see how much I bought at Kamikit, and I bought so much there that there's just no room. But yeah, I went to Mandarake in Shibuya today. Browsed around there. There was some things that I saw that I wanted, like they had a Kuroko no Basket, volumes 1 through 30, so that's almost the full series. There's like two side volumes that you would need to get with that. There's also Beelzebub. That was one that they had there that I really wanted. I was like doing the math in my head. I was like, would there be enough room in my backpack to fit this? And I just don't think I would have been able to, but it was for a really good price. I thought about grabbing that. But yeah, there were some things that I saw at Mandarake that I wanted. Then I got back to the room and I was thinking I could go to Nagano Broadway, or I could go out to Ikebukuro and browse around some more and see if there's anything that I want. But the realization that there is just no room in my luggage has fully set in. I think I have enough room for the stuff that I currently have. If nothing else, I'll just leave some clothing here because I can buy some more of this clothing. I'll like leave a pair of pants or two here. Definitely want to take all my shirts with me because those are harder to replace, but it's just like Levi pants, and if worst comes to worst, I'll just leave some of those here or something. But it should be fine. But yeah, we're finishing up the final day. I'm hoping that my flight tomorrow doesn't get canceled because the typhoon is coming in tonight and into tomorrow and into Saturday. The typhoon's going to be coming in, and I'm really hoping it doesn't get my flight canceled because I've never had to deal with a flight cancellation before, and I booked through Expedia, so I would have to contact them and see if they can get me on another flight. But I don't think the airlines or Expedia would cover for me getting another hotel room for like 1 or 2 nights. And plus, I literally have work Saturday, and I really need to be back for that. I cannot make it back for that, especially if I miss like 2 days. Like 1 day I can probably get away with, but if I miss 2 days, there's a likelihood that I could be fired because at my job you're only allowed like 2 points and then you're fired. I don't have any points currently, but if I miss both days this weekend due to not being able to make it back due to the typhoon, I am kind of screwed because I believe I would be pointed out and lose my job, which would not be very fun. But we'll cross that road whenever it comes here. It's like I don't really get bent out of shape about jobs. I've had so many jobs, so many careers. I've jumped from place to place so many times. It's not hard to get a job for me because I will literally do whatever job opening is available and whatever's needed. I gotta get Kleenex here. That way I don't put a water ring on the computer desk with my drink. But yeah, I wanted to do one last stream. I did my final Study With Me stream this morning in Shinjuku Showa Park. So I figured I would do a stream on this channel as well before I leave. Actually made the mistake of, you're always supposed to carry your passport with you whenever you're in another country, but tonight, whenever I went out to eat dinner, for some reason, I thought I'd grabbed it with me, but I did not. So, like, I've never gotten asked for my passport, but you're supposed to have it on you at all times in another country. But I ended up forgetting it whenever I went out for dinner. So I was like, watch, this will be the one time the Keisatsukan or Omorai-san, Japanese way of saying policeman or police officer, the Keisatsukan, that would be like the one time they would ask, like, stop me and check my passport or something. Like, the one time that I do not have it with me would be my luck that would be the one time that I get stopped for like a random check. Yeah, I'm gonna pack up tonight. I'm gonna leave out early because I want to leave out definitely really early in case some of the train lines and subways go down. That way I have time to make it to the airport, just in case my flight doesn't get canceled. So far it has not been canceled. I can check again right quick. They're actually supposed to, well, here in about 24 minutes, the next update is supposed to come onto the website. So I'm gonna wait for that with my fingers crossed, and that'll be probably the final update that they post to the website until like later tomorrow. But so far they've just been canceling domestic flights, and I believe some of the flights for later in the day Fridays, because I believe in the afternoon of Friday and into the night of Saturday, like into the night of Friday and into the like early Saturday, and I believe Saturday, later Saturday, the typhoon's supposed to be kind of gone and back out into the Pacific. So hopefully I can still get my flight, because it's an AM flight and they haven't canceled any of the international AM flights to my knowledge. So far they've just been canceling the ones later in the day, and they have actually added some flights for like domestic flights. They've added some more of those for earlier in the day. Yeah, extra flights. They've been adding extra flights to try to get people in and out of Tokyo domestically, because this weekend like Oban starts. I believe that's what it's called, Oban Festival Japan. Yeah, I believe that starts this weekend, so a lot of people are traveling. Mainly observed the 13th through the 15th. Yeah, Oban has been going on currently here in Japan, and there's also some more stuff. I was in Yoyogi Park down in Shibuya, and they was setting up some type of big, looks like there's putting some stages, that's getting the festival booths all set up. It looked like it's going to be a pretty big thing down in Shibuya. It was like that part. That's one part of me that kind of hopes that my flight does get canceled and I'm like stuck here for like a couple more days, because I really don't want my vacation to be over, but I really need to be back to be an adult. I really need to get back and do adult things, to do work, get back to my normal routine and be productive and create content. Need to get back to doing all that soon. And I only have like next week. Next week is my final week off before fall semester starts at college. I'm dreading that because I have 13 credit hours this fall, which it still should be easier than spring semester, because I did 15 in spring, and that was way too much with 2 jobs and studying Japanese on the side as well. It's just way too brutal each week doing everything that I had to do. So hopefully this fall it'll be a little more laid back in college as opposed to like spring. Summer wasn't that bad at all. Summer probably it was like a 10-week class and it was like really easy class. I need to rinse this out. This is going to be my second Kamikit bottle. At Kamikit, they have these like limited edition bottles. This one had actually barley tea in it, which I am not a fan of barley tea, like at all. But for some reason, the taste is growing on me. That's something that I've noticed quite a bit during this trip. It's like the taste of like Japanese food and like snacks and drinks seems to be growing on me because I remember my first Japan trips back in 2018 and 2019. I know for a fact I did not like seaweed chips. These are Norishio seaweed and salt chips. And yeah, I did not like seaweed chips at all. But for some reason, like during this trip, I've really been liking them. That's like my third bag of seaweed and salt chips that I've gotten since I've been back this time. So yeah, just because you try food like one time and don't like it, doesn't mean you're not forever gonna not like it. My taste has definitely changed a lot. I think it's something that happens whenever you get older. I definitely don't like sweets as much as I used to. Though I still like donuts, I still have a big weakness for donuts. I need to try some milk tea with mint because that's like the most awfulest drink that I've ever had. Like in Japan was milk tea and mint, and I hated it so much. But now after doing the chips, I kind of want to try that drink again to see if it's grown on me any. I'm trying to think. There's definitely been some more things that barley tea, like I mentioned a second ago, with this. I finished it. I've had like two or three things. My first time having barley tea was 2019. I think it was 2019. It was like it was a Pokemon like bottle for like tea that they had, and I didn't know it was barley tea. Well, I knew it was barley tea because I could read it, but I didn't know what barley tea tasted like, so I got it because I like tea. I like green teas and black tea and everything. So I never had barley tea, but I got that, and it was bad. It was really really bad. It was not a good flavor, and I drink like black coffee and everything, but man, that barley tea was rough. But during this trip, it's like it's almost refreshing in a way the barley tea is. It's really weird how your taste changes the more you're like in a culture. It's really weird. Um, I also have this other drink. I bought it for tonight. Never actually had one with this label, so I don't know if it's any different. Uh, but I got this Karupisu, the Rich, Zarichi. Zarichi? I don't know. All I know is I like the regular one quite a bit, the one that you get out of like vending machines. But I saw this one in the store tonight, and it's like different, so I don't know if it's anything different about it compared to the ones you get out of the Jidohan Baiki, the ones you get out of the vending machines. So yeah, we have some of those. Oh, what time is it getting to be? Oh my god, it's going on 8 o'clock. Oh god, it's an email. Hopefully that's not the airline saying it's been canceled, which that is a possibility. All right, it's nothing. But yeah, I only bought one manga this time, uh, which I'm fine with it. I was hoping I could find some more Yotsubato volumes. I was really hoping I could find volume 3 and maybe 4. But for some reason, it's like if you're trying to find like any manga outside of like the Jump titles, it's actually a little difficult. Like Jump titles really abundant, really easy to find. Outside of like the super long running ones like Kochikame, the one that's like over 200 volumes, the comedy series. That one, like volume one, I don't think I've ever come across a volume one. It's always like volume 3 or 7 or like 12. As far as finding like the early volumes, a little difficult for that. Same with Hajime no Ippo. Was trying to find Hajime no Ippo volume one just to buy and start reading on that some. But I was actually looking for Yotsubato volumes 3 and 4 because I need those, and never had any luck. So I ended up I just have volume 13. I have volumes 1, 2, and 13. I figure eventually I'm gonna find the rest. But yeah, if you're collecting Jump, it's pretty easy to find things that you're looking for, and even like Kodansha Comics, the KC titles, those are pretty abundant. Shonen Sunday, kind of abundant, not as much as Kodansha, and definitely not as much as Shueisha. But whenever it gets to like the other ones, what's this one? DC, isn't that like Dengeki Comics? I think that's what it is. Yeah, Dengeki Comics DC. Their titles definitely harder to find. I was also looking for a Golgo 13. I don't know what publisher does that, but I was glancing at the Golgo 13 volumes like in every store that I went in, and I still never came across volume 1. Again, it's a strange one too. It's like Kochikame and Hajime no Ippo, like volume 1, for whatever reason. You can't really find that one, but you'll find random volumes here and there of the earlier volumes, and then the later volumes are more abundant, obviously. But I was thinking about trying to get into Golgo 13 because that's one that I definitely want to get into. There's some of the how many mangas over 200 volumes now? I believe there's 2, maybe 3 that are over 200 volumes total. I know Golgo 13 is one of them. Kochikame is the other one. Kochikame is the one that hit it first, and then he stopped at 200. Like that was a big deal, and he stopped doing the manga. Then he came back and he like did some more volumes, and I don't know how many beyond 200 Kochikame is now. I think it's like 201, 202, something like that. It's not many, but Golgo 13 is definitely still ongoing. Even though the creator died during the pandemic, like at the beginning of it. He died at some point during the pandemic, and everyone made a big deal whenever Kentaro Miura died, Akira Toriyama whenever he died, Kazushi Takahashi whenever he died. These are the creators of Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball Z, and Berserk. Online, it was a big deal whenever all of them died. But whenever the creator of Golgo 13 died, it's like no one cared in the West, and that's a little unfortunate because, like, he has, I believe it's officially now like the longest running manga in history. Even though he's died, like his studio is still like his assistants are continuing on with the story, kind of like Berserk is being continued on by his friend and the people in the studio that was working with him. So both of those are ongoing, even though the creators have passed away. I guess kind of the same thing with Dragon Ball Super. Akira Toriyama's not around anymore to give them notes, but Dragon Ball Super's in a very strange place. There's like some legal battles in the courts with who actually has the rights to it, because the guy that apparently Toriyama wanted to have the rights and be in charge, apparently like Shueisha and Toei and like some of the other ones are like trying to kick him out, not have him involved, or he was basically trying to take full control. It's Dragon Ball Super. Well, the Dragon Ball franchise is in a really weird place right now. It's in a really weird place since Toriyama died, kind of unexpectedly. But yeah, this is going to be the final stream while I've been here in Tokyo. I'm probably not going to be on too long. I do need to pack, try to get everything in my luggage, and try to get to sleep a little early because I need to wake up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. That way I can leave the hotel by 6 and hopefully maybe be able to make it to the airport. Um, Hopefully like the trains and the subways all don't get shut down because of like the typhoon coming in. But yeah, this is going to be the last stream of this time, and I'm planning my next trip the end of December into January, or just in January. I'm not sure yet. Not sure exactly when on that one yet, because I really want to spend New Year's uh, in Japan, because it's like none of my family is like, all my friends are like married and kids and stuff. It's like they don't hang out, they don't come over and do things. We just meet up maybe a few times a year in recent years. It's like never everyone gets together at the same time. It's like you'll see like uh, maybe like three or four of the guys at this point uh, get together and go skating this day, and then like months later you'll meet up with another group of the guys, and then next like months later you'll meet up with another group of the guys, and it's like never like all like 20, 30 guys is all like in the skate group is all together. That just doesn't happen anymore with everyone's schedule. um, yeah, my family doesn't do anything. We don't really celebrate the holidays. I kind of wish we did, especially like Halloween and Christmas, which, yeah, I didn't really like holidays. I went through this weird phase where, like, late teens and throughout to like my mid 20s, it's like holidays didn't matter to me anymore, like Christmas and nothing mattered. But now that I've been into like my later 20s and now 30s, I actually like appreciate the holidays more now. It's a weird thing. Not sure if that's just a part of growing up or just a paradigm shift in your mental state or what it is, but I seem to like holidays more now for some reason. Like I've always liked Halloween, the aesthetic. Everyone likes Halloween, but I do like Christmas more now, and like St. Patty's Day and the major holidays. I like those quite a bit more now. Birthdays still mean nothing. I always work on my birthday, so birthdays are less than garbage, basically. But I don't know. Maybe things will change. Um, like 3 or 4 years, whenever I'm hopefully living in Japan, things might change. Whenever I have like a wife and kids of my own while I'm here, it's like because I know I would definitely be more into like the Japanese festivals. There's so many festivals. There's always something going on in Japan. They have so many festivals throughout the year and like big events that we don't have. But they also don't have a lot of the holidays that we have, but that we don't celebrate. There's always something to do here, but opinions might change further whenever we get to that road. What's my Anki looking like? Oh my god. Well, good thing I have quite a bit of time at the airport in the morning. I have a lot of Anki reviews. A lot in the N4 deck. There's like 200 kanji reviews to do, like 198. So that's going to be rough tomorrow. Luckily, I have quite a bit of time to do it. Or wait, do I not have a lot of time? It's a strange one. Maybe I'll be able to do them all before I leave the country. But I don't know. I kind of want to leave something to do whenever I get to Houston because I have like three or 4 hour layover. I'm not sure how long the layover is. If I can even make it to that flight, I don't know if my flight's going to get canceled or delayed or what. Worst comes to worst, we'll leave Haneda Airport and we will come back into Tokyo and we will stay at a capsule hotel. I've always wanted to stay at a capsule hotel. I've never done it yet though. I always bring too much luggage, but one of my goals on a future trip, like I want to do a super budget like Japan trip just to see how cheap I can possibly make the Japan trip. Now I can get the flight and the hotel if I do like a capsule hotel for like 2 grand, which that saves you. That would save me like 700 to a grand budget, like staying in a capsule hotel. So yeah, I think it'd be really cool to just come over here and like backpack across the country, and definitely wouldn't be buying a whole lot. Really, probably wouldn't buy anything at all. Honestly, it'd just be a backpack with like clothing and phone charger, maybe my laptop. Yeah, I would have to bring my laptop because I'd be studying. I have to bring that, but yeah, just bring like bring a backpack to Japan and like backpack the country. That would be like really fun. That's something that I want to do, and just stay in capsule hotels or hostels or something. Stay in like really cheap places, and instead of every time that I've come here, I stay in kind of a Western style hotel. I stay in the Appa hotels mostly. They're cheap, they're consistent. You know what you're getting. It's not the highest end. The rooms are kind of small, but you just need a room to sleep in. I think it'd be really fun to come over here and just stay in the capsule hotels throughout the whole trip. I think that would be quite fun. But I have a friend that might be coming with me in January. Not fully sure yet. Have to see what his schedule's like, but that could be fun. That would change it up because all 5 of my Japan trips that I've done have all been solo trips. So it does get a little lonely at times, but it's like I spend quite a bit of time on like the dating apps and hooking up and stuff. That it's like every like day or two, it's like seeing someone else and talking to someone else, going on dates and stuff. So it's not too bad, but a lot of the time they're not English speakers, and even though I can speak Japanese good enough to have a decent conversation, it's still not nearly fluent enough to get a deep connection with a person. It's still like very basic and shallow conversations. So it's not like the same as speaking in a like your native tongue. Probably should have bought more snacks. I only bought, well, here's some chips that I found that I do not like. Soy sauce flavored corn chips. These are pretty bad. It's like one of the only snacks I've ever bought that I don't really want to finish. So unless I get like really hungry tonight, those are going in the garbage tomorrow whenever I leave. But I got this for tonight. It's chocolate and roasted nut bread. How much was this? Where's the price? 250 yen. That's like insane. It's insane how cheap the cost of living is in Japan, but the wages are also very low. Like, oh my god, if you, I feel bad for the people that work in like Konbini and stuff, like Konbini and like book offs. Well, book off pays more than Konbini. Konbini pay is garbage. I would not want to work in a Konbini. Um, Definitely would want to do that. But I saw the listings for like book off. I think it was like 1,400 yen, which, yeah, that's still pretty garbage by like American standards. 1,400 yen. How much would that be right now with the exchange rate? What is the exchange rate? It was like 140, I think. What is it? USD to yen. What's the exchange rate right now? Oh, 147. It went up. Like, if I didn't already have like quite a bit of yen on hand, I would probably try to get some more because it was up to 161, 162 was the peak, and unfortunately I missed that. I was bummed out because I was like 2 weeks, 2 3 weeks before I came to Japan, and then the yen got quite a bit stronger. Like whenever I came back, whenever I got here, the yen got stronger, and it's been a little disappointing. Yeah, October 5th, well, August 5th, the day that I came here, it dropped all the way back down to 144, which was uh, really like it's not bad. Like it's really good. But it's not nearly as good as it was whenever it was like 161, 162. I wish I could have been here in Japan whenever that happened. I would have racked up. But what is, yeah, like 1,400 yen, depending on the exchange rate. Right now, it'd be like 950 an hour, which, yeah, that is complete garbage. Like that's working at book off too. That was like 1,400 yen. But the Konbini pay is like as low as like 800 or 900 yen, which, yeah, that's like I'd consider 1,400 garbage because there's no way I wouldn't take a job. I don't look at a job for like less than 18 to $20 an hour. I don't even look at the job. I don't even consider it in this economy. It's like, so there's no way I would work for like $9 an hour. But the cost of living is a lot cheaper here, so the pay can also be a lot less. In fact, my pay whenever I'm going to be moving over here, since I'm hopefully going to be a teacher, I probably won't stay doing that, but that's going to be how I'm going to have to get my foot in the door into the country and get work visas. That's one of the only options as a foreigner, unfortunately, is to be an English teacher. So it's not the most ideal route, and it's not a very high paying route, but got to do what I got to do to get into the country and get a wife and get a spouse visa, because that would be the most ideal route. Be the fastest route to residency or citizenship. Yeah, wow. So the people working at Book Off, they get paid like $9.50 an hour. That's pretty crazy. But I don't know. When the cost of living here, that's not awful. Like 1,400, you can get to like 1,400 to 2,000 yen an hour. That's pretty good. That's like relatively comfortable living uh, here in Tokyo. Like you're not gonna have a nice apartment, like a big apartment, but you'd have a relatively nice apartment, I guess. Not everyone's like the nurse I went on a date with. It's like she had a pretty big apartment. It was like 2 or 3 rooms and bathroom. It was a pretty big place, but it was like $1,000 a month, which, yeah, that's pretty expensive for the Tokyo area anyway. Well, she didn't live in Tokyo. It was like Kashiwa, which is about a 30-minute train ride outside of Tokyo. So for the area, it was like cheaper than staying in Tokyo. It would have cost more if she was here. Um, but yeah, it was like quite a bit of room for that amount of money. All right, let's close this out. Let's see if there's any type of updates since they have, since it's 8 o'clock now. Let's see if there's any type of update. It says around 8 o'clock. Well, it's past 8 o'clock and they still haven't updated, so no news is good news, I guess. I don't believe I have any notifications about the flight being canceled yet, so fingers crossed, because I really want to get home tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here and start relaxing a bit and then pack up. I have a lot of stuff to pack, and catch you guys back in the United States next time. Didn't actually film really any videos this time. I got some footage for my other YouTube channel. I'm gonna try to start growing that channel, and not sure what the next video will be for this channel. Possibly like one more anime pre-ordered. I have one more Blu-ray pre-ordered that's coming in. But yeah, collecting is going to be winding down on this channel as I hopefully make the transition to living in Japan and might actually start selling off. I'm going to start with video games and might downsize my anime collection some, and might get rid of like my English manga. I'm not sure yet. We'll just have to see whenever that road gets here. But video games are probably going to be the first to go. That's the least attached I am, and there's no way I'm ever going to make time to play all of them. So yeah, we'll see you guys hopefully in like a week or two whenever I'm back in the States.